Stu here again. I have recently done a 30-day trial of the agricultural app AgWorld, which I thought I would try out and see what I thought of it and work out whether I liked it or whether it would work for me. First thing I noticed with it is that it is really based around cropping. So if you've got sheep and cattle or you're mixed farming, it's probably not the app for you, straight up. If everything you do is cropping, then you can probably use this app quite well. The first thing you have to do with most of these sorts of apps, you have to set up your farm straight away, otherwise you might as well not use it. So set up your maps, set up your farms, make sure it's all correct so that you know what's going on. So when you have all your farms set up, you can have your paddocks, and every paddock you can add a crop to. You can have it as pasture, or you can have it as whatever you've put in that crop. We're a potato farm, so I've got potatoes in some. I've had some earmarked as hay paddocks. I've got a lucerne paddock, I've got chicory and an onion paddock. So I found it very handy to be able to have all my different crops in the paddock. Every time you do anything in one of those paddocks, you record it. So every time you spray or every time you fertilise, you add it in and it's there. And because you can use multiple users, everybody knows straight away what's going on. So putting your inputs in is under the jobs menu. It is a fairly straightforward menu. It's fairly easy to use. It tells you pretty much everything you need. If you're using water rates, sprays, fertilisers, everything seems to be pretty well in there. Biggest thing I've found with it is some of the language they've used isn't really farmer language. Work order isn't something that I'd refer to very often. And actual, so to me that's more jobs to be done and jobs that have been done. So a to-do list and a done list pretty much. So once you sort of work out what they're referring to, it's fine. You don't really notice it, but it's just something that I noticed pretty early on. You can save templates for the jobs that you need to do. It does need to be done on the computer. So with the template, I think it would be easier, instead of having a template, just have drop-down menus with defaults. So if last time you went in there and you put your water rate at 150 litres per hectare, the next time you come in it's already 150 litres per hectare instead of reverting back to its standard thing every time. One thing I really noticed with the jobs, like when you're putting in all your inputs and stuff for, say, spraying, there's no auto-populate for the weather. Now, I've used some other apps where you could just click a button and it would give you the weather. So straight away it would give you your temperatures and everything. You don't have to worry about looking it up or anything. It would just, you just push a button and it would come up for you, which it's another time-saving thing. One thing that really impressed me with this app is the library. It just seems to have a huge amount of products in there, stuff that I would never have used in my life. I did manage to find a couple of products that weren't in there, but I think that's just a matter of building the library up. Best thing about it is once you find the product that you want, you can download the label and the MSDS. I found this really handy. Pull the phone out and I'd have the label there and I knew straight away what I'd have to do. So when I got to the tractor in the morning, there was no guessing, there was no reading the label or anything. I already knew what I was doing because I read it the night before on my phone, which I just found that really handy. All in all, for cropping, I found this app really good. I think if you're just doing cropping and you don't have stock, it's definitely worth having a look at. It is fairly easy to use and it's fairly quick to use. I found that I wasn't spending a huge amount of time typing stuff into it when I could have been already in the tractor. So good for cropping, bad for stockists. if you check out my previous video, I did one on another app called AgWorld, and it's more based around stock handling and stuff like that. So check that one out, and let me know what you think of the app, and let me know if there's any other apps that you would like me to have a look at. Cheers guys.